Crisp, simple, and utterly snackable biscuits are everywhere. But did you know the biscuit began not as a treat, but as a tool for survival? Today we trace how a twice-baked loaf for Roman soldiers became the crunchy comforts on our tea plates. The story begins over 2,000 years ago. Roman bakers created a durable bread designed to travel, panis biscuit. First, they'd bake a loaf of bread. Then, they'd slice it and bake it a second time, slowly to draw out all the moisture. This process made it incredibly hard and dry, but it also made it resistant to mold, allowing it to last for months on end. It wasn't delicious. It was practical. Soldiers on long campaigns needed food that wouldn't spoil, and panis biscoctus was the perfect solution. It was a fuel source that could survive the march. And that name, biscoctus, that's where we get our word biscuit. As empires and trade routes expanded, so did the need for reliable food on long sea. By the Middle Ages, sailors relied on an even tougher version of the Roman biscuit. It went by many names: hardtack, ship's biscuit, or sea biscuit. This stuff was legendary for its durability. It was so hard that sailors sometimes needed a hammer or even a small cannonball just to break off a piece. To make it edible, they would soak it in water, beer, or their daily ration of grog. It was bland, it was tough, but it was calories that wouldn't rot in the damp sea air. This simple, rock-hard biscuit was a silent crew member on voyages of discovery and trade. A food that literally kept civilization afloat. If your biscuit could survive months at sea, it probably saved a crew. So how did this tough, functional food transform into the delicate treat we know today? The change started slowly, driven by two powerful new forces in Europe: sugar and tea. Beginning in the 17th century, sugar, once a rare luxury, became more widely available. At the same time, butter and more refined flours started to appear in bakeries. In places like Britain, the rise of tea culture created a demand for something small, elegant, and portable to accompany a hot cup. Biscuits were the perfect fit. Bakers started experimenting, adding sugar for sweetness and butter for a richer, more crumbly texture. Slowly but surely, the biscuit shed its purely functional role. It stepped out of the soldier's pack and off the sailor's deck, and found a new home on the tea tray in the world of pleasure. From a ship's crate to a porcelain plate, the biscuit was reinventing itself. The real explosion, however, came with the Industrial Revolution. Suddenly, new machinery could do the work of hundreds of bakers. Steam-powered rollers flattened dough with perfect consistency. Mechanical cutters stamped out thousands of identical shapes. And massive ovens baked on a scale never seen before. This was the birth of the biscuit industry. Brands and regional recipes emerged, becoming household names. Biscuits became standardized. Digestives, rich tea, shortbread, and countless others. Mass production made them affordable and accessible to everyone. They were packed into workers' lunches and stocked on grocery store shelves. No longer just for long voyages or aristocratic tea parties, machines had turned a once-rare survival food into an everyday comfort. Even as biscuits became a common household treat, they never completely lost their original purpose. Into the 19th and 20th centuries, armies and navies still valued durable, high-energy biscuits for their rations. During wartime, these simple biscuits were a frontline food, caloric, portable, and easy to store in tins. They were a taste of resilience in the trenches and canteens, yet back on the home front, the biscuit continued its evolution, becoming a cherished ritual, a symbol of warmth and comfort to be shared with a cup of tea or coffee. It managed to be both a tool of war and a token of peace. Today, the word biscuit means different things all over the world. In the UK, it's a sweet, crunchy treat we'd call a cookie in America. And in America, a biscuit is a soft, flaky bread roll often served with gravy. Across the globe, you'll find countless variations reflecting local tastes and ingredients, from savory sesame crackers to buttery shortbreads and spicy gingerbread. But whether it's crisp or soft, sweet or savory, almost every bite carries echoes of the past. It speaks to a history of preservation, portability, and the clever, timeless balance of texture and shelf life. Every biscuit is a small piece of history, so the next time you pick up a biscuit, take a moment. As you dunk it into your tea or coffee, remember that you're holding a direct descendant of Roman march rations and sailors' heart. From a simple tool of necessity to a symbol of indulgence, the humble biscuit tells a remarkable story of survival, trade, and human ingenuity. What's your favorite biscuit, and what memory does it bring to mind? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories behind the food we love. Thanks for watching.